'cause I am on my way.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for a bit of a different stream. Sorry, as mentioned, going really well. As mentioned, a bit of a different stream. Everyone's been given their thoughts on Ralf Rangnick and what we can expect to see from him. I haven't given my thoughts. I've got particular thoughts, none that I think are shared by a lot of people. And yeah, it's an interesting one. There's a lot behind this. There's a lot of information that's gone into this. This is why I've made it a presentation. If not, it's literally me talking to you, talking at you, and it would not go well. But hopefully you learn something from this. Hopefully you gain a better opinion of what Ralf Rangnick is about, and potentially what manager he's going to look at. Because don't forget, there's a lot more to this. In terms of just the interim manager, there's the manager after Ralf, right? Ralf is here for 7 months. Then he moves upstairs, potentially, provided that would make the most sense to move him upstairs. I know he wants the full-time job. That's been quoted. Don't allow that. Just be strong and say, no, this really does need to happen. But there's going to be a lot. We're going to learn sort of the history of Ralf, who he has influenced, his tactics, his philosophy, everything about him in terms of that aspect. Go look at slight formations that he could use. Everyone's been talking about the 4-2-2-2. I've picked my teams that I think Ralf will go for, provided everything that I've heard and everything. So we'll crack on. We'll go through some of the comments, and then at the end, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the chat for anyone to come on and share their views of Ralf or what you've maybe learn, or if you disagree with a team selection or whatever. So there's a lot that we'll get into. Ramsey says, Man U fans can expect Ralf to quit within 5 minutes working with Bissaka, Maguire and McTominay. Smash up the likes and subscribe. Come on, people, you know what to do. Wolf says, what to expect? Tell us. Alex, tell us. December is almost here. I hate it when time goes fast. Jesus. Don't forget Fred. Nah, Fred ain't real. Might actually learn something from this. You may do. Ralf wants to be permanent. I've heard, don't let him. Don't do it. Let him fix your club. But that's my suggestion. Wolf, what are the hopes for the Arsenal game? I don't know. He won't be in there. In the bin, though, if you are not in the song, that's why I hate it. Oh, that's just brutal. But let's actually have a look at what we've got. So, who is Ralf Rangnick? So we'll look at the first bit. Who is he? Once, if it works. So who is Ralf Rangnick? Why is that not? Ay, caramba. Let's one moment. Let's reload that. That is not. That's cutting half of it out, which is not helpful. Not helpful. Right. So. Right, is that going to work? And let's try again. This works. Inception theme tune, please. I've watched Inception, by the way. Bloody good movie that was. It's very confusing though, awfully confusing. So as I get technical difficulties, which we love, I don't want to reload it because then I've stopped. But there we go. Why won't they let me do? Bear with me. Technical issues. There we go. From current slide. Hopefully it works now. As I say, bear with me. Didn't realise it would be so shit. Even I shit. Bloody hell, I'm blurry. But yeah, it's going very well. I'm very happy. No, I'm joking. This is a shit show. Oh, dear me. Anyway, how have we all been anyway? Whilst we wait for my stuff to work. I hope it's me in the future. Ralf Rangnick. Let's talk without the thing and let's just try and reload that pile of crap. But yeah, that now it load. Right, so Who is Ralf Rangnick? Well, he's German for a start. He spent most, if not all, of his career within Germany. So there is the whole, some will say issue of not working in the Premier League. I know Merson was like, oh, he's not ever had a big job. Why is that? Well, the thing is, he's not really. I don't think United are getting him as a manager. I know that right now he is the interim, and all of United are looking at him as the manager. I think United are looking further in the future for when Arnold takes over as the new CEO or chief executive. That's what they're looking at run the football side of things. I don't think that he's been brought in as the manager. I know that sounds weird, but I just don't think he has. Let's try this again. Take two. There we go. It all fitted in. So, who is Ralf Rangnick? So he is credited for developing the gegenpressing style. Now, the gegenpress is something that if you watch Liverpool or you are aware of Liverpool, you'll be very much aware of the gegenpress or the gegenpress, right? That has been credited to Ralf Rangnick. He's the one who developed that idea, and I'll explain why Jurgen is both so good at it. He's also credited for influencing the following managers: Thomas Tuchel, Julian Nagelsmann, Ralf Hasenhüttl, Roger Schmidt, Adi Hütter, Oliver Glasner, and Jurgen Klopp. So straight away, three managers I'm looking at: Thomas Tuchel, Julian Nagelsmann, and Jurgen Klopp. If those three have been influenced by this guy, but I dread to think what the original looks like. Now, obviously, Thomas Tuchel has developed his own style, as has Julian Nagelsmann, as has Jurgen Klopp. Ralf Hasenhüttl also has adopted his own. But that's the same with any manager. Any manager will develop in a different way. Started coaching when he was 25. He's now 63. So he has pretty much done 40 years of coaching. That's a damn lot of experience to come into Manchester United. And look, Jose was very, very experienced when he came in. So was Louis van Gaal. And David Moyes was fairly experienced. I think that there's a difference, though. This guy has got something. And it appears that the board are going to be 100% with him. So it'll be very interesting to see that, to see how he manages. He's managed a lot of German teams: Hannover 96, Schalke 1899, Hoffenheim, and RB Leipzig. So he's managed some fairly big teams, the biggest obviously being Leipzig over the recent years that he's been there. He's also been sporting director or chief director of football, whatever roles he's had over there. He's been a part of building the Leipzig brand, and he's done a fantastic job of it in Germany in the Bundesliga, and obviously was transferred that to the UEFA Champions League. So he's got a lot about him. So straight away, his CV is big. I haven't been able to put every club he's managed because there was just not enough room. He has been he's been around a lot. He's been such a good experience-wise head, and as I say, he's developed an entire tactic that is used today. So a top manager for sure. Rangnick, a gegenpress, Ronaldo, Fred, McTominay. You son of a bitch, we are out. You never know. You never know. Do you think Ralf will be able to get a tune out of Martial? Unless Martial learns how to press, probably not. Martial can't do gegenpress. Martial is lazy for a press. Would I hear that Barca want Martial? I'd let him go, Barca. But Ralph's key principles, and yes, that is a young Jurgen Klopp in a picture with a young Ralf Rangnick. That's all I'm saying, guys. That picture speaks a million words. A million. Which is why you're going to get rival fans being very salty. So, You need to dictate the game with and without the ball, not through individuals. So this whole moment of brilliance, that's not happening anymore at United. There will be no more moments of brilliance. It's going to be very much a system. There's going to be a system that the players need to learn and the players need to adapt to and sorted. Use transitions, switch quickly. He likes a quick switch. That's for sure. He likes to get the ball and move it quickly. There's a 10-second rule, as you can see at the bottom, and to shoot within 10 seconds of winning the ball back. That's apparently when the defense is most vulnerable to an attack, when they've just lost the ball. To try and think and find the right solutions quickly. So he wants the players to think quickly, act quickly, and move quickly, right? That's very clear. He wants you, when you get that ball, you need to get that into your striker, and that needs to have a shot within 10 seconds. That's how quick he wants it. Blisteringly quick. So I'll give you an example. If Donny van der Beek, right? If Donny van der Beek wins the ball, straight away, get it into their forwards, get that shot off. So you need players who's happy to just take one touch from receiving and get a shot on. I'm giving you a hint of what type of striker you're going to want at the top of your field. I'm giving you a hint. Who do you think? I'm just giving you a hint. Which striker at the moment do you think is most comfortable getting that ball into them, taking one touch and getting a shot? Left or right? I'm just saying. But it's all about being at peace as well with your mind. It's about the mind connecting with the body very quickly, right? It's got to be quick. You've got to be thinking, bish, bash, bosh, done. Get it quickly. Move one touch passing. With United, they've always been labelled as a team that will take about 500 touches before passing it over to the next guy, and it's actually a joke. Big up to Zachary in the chat, who says MLS showdown tonight, New York City FC versus New England to decide who loses to Philly. Nice. Will he be a type of manager that if players can't do the tactics, he will be quick to drop them? I think he'll give them time. Obviously, learning brand new tactics is a very difficult job, but I think he'll give some people time. Others he may not, but it'll really be down to him. But as I was saying, it's all about thinking quickly and acting quickly. So when Donny gets the ball, or when your midfielders get the ball, or if Bruno wins the ball, you've got to be looking to get it into your striker straight away and get a shot within 10 seconds. He has a clock. He has a clock in his training sections that ticks down when you win the ball. And you got 10 seconds to shoot from that, or to reset. And reset in football is a weird one, because it means you have to redo the whole thing. And players probably don't want to do that. It means more. But that's the key principles. There are a lot more, though. Can't wait for Rangnick to bin Ronaldo. Well, I've given my predictions on who he'll play. So, innovations brought in by Ralf Rangnick. There are two that I could find. I'm sure there is a lot more than just two. So, first of all, the first tactic is gegenpressing. We all know that the gegenpress is an innovation brought through by Ralf Rangnick. It's been then used and adapted by other managers, Jurgen Klopp being one of them. Thomas Tuchel uses a form of it. He was also one of the first coaches to hire video analysts and sports psychiatrists to help his teams gain an advantage. This is what I meant by the mind being at peace and working with the body. He's very much a guy, very similar, and you know, he reminds me very much of Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson used to give his players a nap in the afternoon. And the reason he gave his players that nap is because he found that if he gave his players a couple of hours nap, he actually got full-on beds. He brought in beds to training facilities, allowed the players to have a nap during the break between morning training and afternoon training. But the reason he did that is because if he allowed the players to have a nap in the midway through the day, when they came back to training in the afternoon, they were sharper, they were up for it, they were more alert, they were more awake. None of this, they weren't getting tired, they were fresh, they were ready to learn more and to to do more. So this is very similar to me in terms of Sir Alex Ferguson. The fact that he will use that video and analysts, which we see throughout the leagues now, all the way down to I bet you'll even find them in non-league, to gain that advantage, to be able to look back on what they're doing, right? To be able to pause something. So let's say he's got a video playing, he can pause it, he can talk through with his team what he's seeing, what he's wanting from them. He's able to engage with them on a more real basis, where he's able to show them via a video. The psychiatrist, if something's not going well, if a player's hit a brick wall, for example, I think Mason Greenwood, when that whole Iceland incident happened and the whole thing sort of blew up, I think Ralf Rangnick probably sent him to a sports psychiatrist because it's to help him. And that's the thing. It's all about gaining these small, tiny, minuscule moments of advantage, that those tiny bits that are so tight. And that's what you do. That's what you do. That's that you gain those small gains. Every gain is important in football because the margins are so tight. To get a win or a loss is minuscule moments. And that's the difference between a Ralf Rangnick and, let's say, a different manager who maybe doesn't have the same ideas, the same ideology, the same work rate as a Ralf Rangnick. So this is very similar to a Fergie. It's not Fergie, but it's very similar in terms of what he'll do, the effort he'll do. Nice presentation, Niall. Thank you. Niall got his PowerPoint skills on display. Will some of the players be able to cope playing through high pressing style? Some won't. Some will have to go, and that's fine. I've met Sir Alex Ferguson before. I've seen how he did his training sessions. It's so fascinating. I met him when we had Jose, but it was during an Old Trafford tour. So he had told me what he did and showed examples. Sound guy, by the way. Well, I'd hope he's a sound guy. Did he tell you how to eat a cucumber? But no, the thing with Fergie is, and as I said, there's so many examples with Fergie, but the sleep one, the nap time, that one really rested with me. It's really stuck with me. Is the fact that he gave his players a nap, but he did that because it gave his team an advantage. It was a small gain. They were more alert for training. They were up from afternoon training. Something so small, something so simple as well. Let your players have a sleep. Let them have a nap, rest. So your body recovers more when you're sleeping than if you're awake. That's why when you're ill, you tend to sleep more because your body's able to recover better. So after let's say he's had a hard training session on the morning, if you have a sleep, your body's recovering quicker than if you were awake. So not only is your body recovering quicker, but you're also going to be more alert and more rested, ready for afternoon training. It's such a simple thing, but people didn't do it. Fergie brought it in. And then I think even other clubs, I think Arsene Wenger was probably next to do it. He was very similar with Fergie in terms of the things that they would do. They would both look at things like that. Wolf says, so Seyfield Jones hasn't woke up yet from the naps Alex game. There's a strong possibility that is true. But let's look a little bit more. What will Ralf expect from his players? So this is a two-part. So you've got what will Ralf expect from his players, but what will Ralf offer his players? There's two parts to this, because not only a manager should expect stuff, but a manager needs to give back. It's that whole give to take, or that take to give. Right, you have to be able to give something in order to return to receive something. So, what does he expect from his players? Well, professionalism is his first thought. Mentality relates to the effort you put in. Are you hungry? Are you willing to submit everything to get better? Do you want to improve yourself every day? Do you live in a professional way? Are you resilient to things like nightclubs or drinking? Do you need a big car or other things for your ego? If you don't have the right mentality, you can forget about the inherited talent that is in your DNA. And that's what you have learned from others, is no use. It doesn't help. It doesn't matter how talented a player is. If the mentality is shit, forget about it. Germans are very brutal. They're very straight to the point. They're honest. Ralf ain't going to take shit. He ain't going to take this whole, but boss, I tried. It's amazing. I tried. No, he ain't taking that shit. Right? If you're out drinking every night, he's gonna fucking kill you. He's not gonna play you. So he expects professionalism. He expects you to die for the badge. Right? Very old school. In terms of that, he doesn't allow the drinking. He does. You can socialize, but he ain't gonna want you going out drinking, going to a nightclub. He wants you to be 100% committed to the club. That's quite simple. He wants professionalism. He will expect and demand professionalism, right? 100%. You have to have the right mentality of Ralf. If you don't work hard for him, he ain't gonna bother with you. It's gonna be done, finished, capiche. Job done, finished. You're finished. The ego, he don't care about your ego. So if Ronaldo has an ego, Ralf doesn't care. Leave your ego at the door. I don't give a shit. You're here to train. You're here to play. Paul Pogba, yeah, good luck. That's all I'm gonna say for Paul Pogba. Good luck. A new contract? I don't think so. I don't think Paul. Do you need a big car or other things for your ego? I don't know if Paul has an ego. I don't know if Ronaldo has an ego. But if you're not going to work hard, you're finished. You are finished. Lanty says mentality and man you don't mix. It's a possibility. Yeah, what's up now? Just returned home after a massive night out with great news. I'm assisted. Amazing on her driving test. So happy and proud. Big up. Rangnick needs to sort Pogba. Nightclubs and drinking sat Shaw, Maguire, Sancho, Bissaka and Pogba on the bench. 99999. This 600k a week nonsense needs sorting out for Pogba. Yeah, I can sort it. Rip it up. Don't give it to him. Shaw was already on the bench, Wolf, with Rangnick. Ain't no way he's starting. If you don't work hard with him, goodbye, Paul, R.I.P. Bozo. Loving it. Ronaldo works hard. Paul Pogba doesn't, from what I've seen. Ronaldo just needs to improve pressing. Ronaldo does sort of press, but that's what Ralf demands from his players. He demands a lot. He expects a lot. But he's willing to give you a lot. Rangnick compared his role as a coach to a salesperson trying to convince a skeptical customer. That's what coaches are, he laughed. They have to give the players the reason to get up for training every morning, and to do that, they tap into what drives them as individuals. Modern day leadership is about being persuasive and creating a motivational basis so every day the players will want to come in and get better. This is about trust and empathy and human relationships. So whilst he'll demand a lot from you, what he's willing to give you is an awful lot. He's willing to give you the empathy, the human relationship. We always hear about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and man management. Well, Ralf has that, but he's also got a bloody lot more tactics than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He knows a lot more. Ralf is a man who will be able to motivate these players, and I'm thinking more younger players. Ralf has a history. I think I read that he drove the age of the RB Leipzig team down from 29 to 24. He'd shaved 5 years off his average team age. That you don't do without playing youngsters. He likes a young team. Don't ask me why. Maybe they're better at pressing. Maybe they believe in his thoughts. It's a very interesting one. But what he's willing to do is he's willing to give you that sort of human relationship, which a lot of modern day footballers need. But he'll also motivate them. He'll tap into what drives them, and that'll be key. Understanding the players he's with, understanding the type of man or the type of boy. For example, some of them are genuinely boys. I think he'll have quite an important part in the under-21s, might I also suggest, in later years. But straight away, I'm looking at the younger players. I'm looking at the younger attacking players. I think they'll gain a lot from Ralf. I think he'll tap into them, and I think he'll gain. I think he'll work a lot with them. So it'll be very interesting. Ronaldo, Kenny says Ronaldo will play the first few games with Ralf. At least I don't know about the rest. Depends on if he wants to press. I don't know if Ronaldo's playing, mate. I've got my teams and I'll go through them in a moment. Ronaldo is 40. He ain't playing not over Greenwood. Again, I'll go into that in a bit what I've done. But that's just simply what Ralf will expect what Ralf will offer his players. Still kicking it, the energy. I know it's a lot of energy, but we do get there. But formations, I want to talk about the certain formations that Ralf could use. The first one, as you can see on the left hand side, is the 4-2-2-2. So that's four defenders, 2 central midfielders, 2 attacking midfielders, and 2 strikers. It's very narrow. Sometimes you could get to a back 4, not a back 4, a midfield 4, and switch into a 4-4-2. I expect probably that when attacking, it'll be a 4-2-2-2. When defending, it'll drop it into a 4-4-2. Right. So the 2 attacking midfielders. If I can draw on this, there we go. They will probably, when defending, I want the pen. Give me the pen. There we go. I want the pen. So when defending, these boys, these guys, they'll drop into there, right? They'll go into these holes. That's where they will go. So when defend, they'll drop into the back line, into the midfield 4, and sort of go into a 4. Right, so it'll be a 4-4-2, and then I expect probably one of these will drop into here and sort of cover this gap here, probably occupied by the other team's DM. So you'll see one, and then it will probably go into a sort of 4-4-1-1 or a 4-2-2, a 4-4-2, one of those. And that will be that. When attacking, you'll see them coming in deep, coming in narrow to sort of operate this sort of hole around here. Your wing backs will fly up, right? Your wing backs will absolutely fly up. One of these will stay, one of them will operate and come forward and press. You'll press as a team, right? He'll want as many bodies. He'll get 7 or 8 bodies into their half. These two here, when attacking, will be on the halfway line. They'll be on the halfway line. Quite simply put, you need someone with a bit of pace, because that's what Ralf Rangnick is going to want. Ronaldo getting binned same week Messi wins his 4th, fucking brilliant. Dallo and AWB, shit versus shit. True Lanzi, Ralf is pro youth. That is true. Ronaldo's not getting binned completely. If Ronaldo gets dropped, he'll just work harder to try and earn his place back. That's what Ronaldo is. Ronaldo will leave in January if he isn't playing. I don't expect him to start as much as he is right now, but he'll still play. When Ronaldo on the bench come on as kicks it. Ronaldo as a super sub might be what Ralf does. I don't know. That could be the way he does it. So one, Arsenal destroyed, not worried about United too far back. But yeah, that's sort of that one. This one, it's a simple 4-3-3, guys. It's a simple 4-3-3. Very simply put, these two will come inside when attacking. Again, similar principle. Wing backs will come bombing up the field. These two will come into here and will operate the 7 attackers, whoever that may, McTominay, whoever, will be on the halfway line with these 2 defenders and probably into a sort of a back 3 on the halfway line defensively. And then defensively, again, it's not fucking rocket science, guys. These lot will press from the front. Then they'll be operated by, will come through the midfield 3. Somehow get both of those presses. The back line will be there to solve those problems. Simply put, it's a 2-man press. It's a 2-tier press. So you've got the press from the front 3. They'll press together. Then you'll have the midfield 3 who will operate the press just behind them to stop that ball from coming out. If the ball does come out, your defenders will deal with it and you'll go again. Right? Simply put, he wants you winning the ball in this area. Right? This is where he wants the ball. He wants it in this area right here. He doesn't want the ball coming back here and back to go again. He wants you winning it in their final third. Not even the midfield, not even the mid third. He wants it in their final third. If you win it here, your best opportunity to score within 10 seconds. Get it to your striker, boom, have a shot. It's your best chance of scoring. Ralf is going to expect Manchester United to be winning the ball back in this area here. So that is where these 5 will be crucial, as will the wings. There's so many players in there. They're going to require and they're going to want to win that ball there to get it going. So that's the way that is. Love this presentation. I feel bad watching it for free. It's not a problem. I enjoy doing it. Would love to super chat. It's up to us to show on your socials, let the world know. Absolutely, get this kicking. Get everyone watching it. Share this video. I know the start didn't go very well, but it's a very informative one once my technology starts working. Ronaldo won't leave in January. Besides, who's going to get Ronaldo? No top club needs a striker bar City, and they won't get him. He would have to look at going Europa League club, but he might go PSG. Strong chance he could go PSG. And then obviously the final formation is the 3-5-2. Again, similar. It's all the same. Essentially, this lot will go forward. Wing backs will, guess what? I'm going to say the same thing again. He wants his wing backs going forward, doesn't he, guys? The pattern is so simple. He wants his wing backs high. That's simple. There's none of this whole they're sitting back. He wants them upfield. He wants some impact in play. Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be exactly the type of right back who wants that. That is who Ralf would want. He would love a Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that's where it is. So essentially, basically, he wants it forward. He wants it forward. He wants wing backs forward. He wants play forward. And again, in the similar situation, he wants that ball won in this final third. Simply put, win the ball in their final third, get your striker, get your forward players, have a shot. See, two of these are with two-man strikers, one of them is with one. He's very flexible. He's very happy to do it in either way. But one thing he does like, he likes his midfielders. He likes to pack that midfield, right? Whether that be at the 4 on the 4-2-2-2, whether that be the 3 on the 4-3-3 or the 3-5-2. He likes midfield players in the centre. He likes it to be narrow with only the wing backs providing the width. Very similar to a sort of, as I say, a Jurgen Klopp, where Salah and Mane will come in, cut inside, and the wing backs of Trent and Robbo will provide the width. That's what he wants. That's how he'll play football. So it's very flexible. There's a lot of flexibility. Besides PSG looking for a Messi replacement already, Ronaldo ain't a right wing. Well, Ronaldo just rots on the bench, mate. Then, if you want me to be brutally honest, Ronaldo probably just rots on the bench. But moving on to the next bit. So the next bit is just basically some of the tactics, some of the buzzwords are used. So, who is Strip Bear? Strip Bear is someone who's old school, been with the channel. I think probably before 100 subscribers, I'm guessing. But yeah, Strip Bear is amazing. So the preferred system 4-4-2-4-2-2-2 has used a 4-3-3 and the 3-5-2. Some of the things he likes: intense pressing, quick vertical passing, dislikes back and sideways passes. He is going to flip his freaking lid if he sees backwards passing and sideways passing. That he will flip it. He will go completely berserk. He'll lose his shit. He'll go, he is not going to like that at all. It's very much like Fergie, actually. Fergie he didn't like too many backwards passes either. He likes to get on the front foot. When you win the ball, get on the front foot, put him under pressure. Possession, he's not too bothered about possession. Look, if he can have possession, it's brilliant. If he can't have possession, he doesn't give a shit. As long as when you're winning the ball back, you're putting them under pressure. You're winning that ball back in their final third. You're taking those shots within 10 seconds. If you're doing all of that, he ain't going to complain. He may complain about the quality, but with time that comes. With time, with working hard with him, that will come. Aim to shoot within 10 seconds after winning the ball, which we've spoken about a lot. That's going to be really crucial. That is so key to him. It's so key to him. That's the thing. Very narrow attacking shape, as I've said. The players are there to attack. As I say, the strikers, the attacking midfielders, the midfielders, they're narrow. He wants his width coming from his wing backs. They are the wing backs provide the width. Right? They provide the width from the attack. They put the crosses in. The other players that get into the box. That's what he wants. He wants everyone close together. He wants players close together, not too far away from each other. He wants quick one-touch passing, pass your way through a defense, get that ball. Once you win the ball, have a shot after 10 seconds. That's the key bit. Get that. If the United attackers can get just that bit in his head, that will do them wonders. If they can get the whole win the ball back in their final third, take a shot within 10 seconds. If they can get that into their head, the quicker they do that, the better for them, because that's what Ralf is going to expect. So, get that into your head. Mason Greenwood, if you're watching this, keep shooting, taking not pot shots, but, keep shooting. You'll be closer to goal under Ralf, I firmly believe. Kenny says, I expect him to use a 4-3-3. I also similarly expect that in a way. I'm a weird lass moderator of 20 channels. In fact, lost count was 20 over a year ago. But it's not important. Watch channels all my weird existent. Love ball. And views. Yes, 100%. It's amazing. Never rude unless to myself, and does ask oneself why. I'm not rude unless they've been rude back to me. Or if they've been rude to me, I'm very much rude back, but I'm never rude in the first instance. The final bits, overloading the half spaces. The half spaces are not the wide. So you got the center, you got the sort of touchline, where the wing backs is the bit in between. I sure we got a diagram, but it's one in between. So it's not the center, it's not the wide, it's the half. So in between the center and the touchline, that's the sort of the half space, and he'll want you operating them. That'll be where the two attacking midfielders, or the two sort of inside forwards from your 4-3-3, depending on formation, and moved in. Super is deaf weird, but it's okay. Well, we're all weird in our own unique way. Zachary, don't want timed outlaw. That is true. I'm the type to be rude if someone's rude to me, and then I usually get attacked for it, even though I don't usually start it. So I get even more pissed off. Yeah, no, I hear that. But yeah, I sure got a thing, but hopefully you all know what half space is. If not, Google it. Yes, very and smart. Extremely smart. Yes, Strip Bear is very smart, that is for sure. But moving on. So I've picked my teams. So I've picked 3 teams using 3 of these formations. So formation 1, the 4-2-2-2. So I've gone for Dean Henderson in goal. I said this on a recent United show. I said it a few weeks ago that David De Gea is the best shot stopper in world football. Make no doubt about that. He's the best shot stopper in the world. But with Ralf Rangnick playing a high line, he's going to want a keeper who can sweep. He's going to want a sweeper keeper. Now, unless David De Gea learns to get off his goal line, he ain't a sweeper keeper. No way is he a sweeper keeper. So I've gone Henderson, and I've gone Henderson in all 3 of them. Dean Henderson is my goalkeeper in all 3, because none of the formations and none of the tactics suggest that Ralf Rangnick's going to play a low block with his team having pot shots taken home. Therefore, De Gea, as good as he is shot stopping, becomes virtually useless. Hendo is more of an Henderson type player than De Gea, so fits better. Exactly, Kenny. Kenny has been listening. So right back, I've got Dallo. He's just much better attacking than Bissaka. I think that will keep him. That's why I think he'll go there. Alex Tellez left back, very similar reasons. I've gone for midfield. I've gone for a back 2 of Eric Bailly and Raphael Varane. I think Bailly may get unlocked by Ralf Rangnick. I think in terms of his pace, I think that will be vital when you're playing a high line. But I also think that Varane will with that experience, will help calm this man down, because Eric Bailly is so rash, so stupid with his decision making. I think partnering next to a very experienced Raphael Varane will help Eric Bailly, and having an experienced manager who sort of culls this weird decision making, this weird behavior from Eric Bailly will really help. Now Bailly's going to get injured after 73 minutes. Well, I've put another centre back in one of them, so you can guess who's third in line under my thought process. So I've gone for midfield 2 of Fred and Donny. This McFred, I think, under Ralf will be removed. I don't think we'll see that happening anymore. I think Donny for being able to progress the ball forward, but I've gone for Fred because he does press. He's one of the highest pressers within this United side, so I think he'll keep his job. McTominay, I don't think he is. I don't think McTominay will. He's actually not very. McTominay doesn't press. That's the thing. McTominay doesn't press. It's normally Fred. McTominay is more disciplined, but you know, Fred's going to want that. So yeah. But yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. But I've gone Fred Donny. In the two attacking midfield roles, I've gone for Bruno and Sancho. I just think that when you look at those two, you see a little bit more about them. I think you see. So I think you see more creation. I think they're more creative. Rashford is more direct, which means that he automatically doesn't fit. You want creators in your attacking midfield roles. You want to be getting that ball to your forward line straight away. Bruno and Sancho makes more sense. So now we look at the two attackers. Who have I gone for? Strikers? Well, simply put, Edison Cavani and Mason Greenwood. I think Edison Cavani, his work rate is unrivaled. His work rate is unrivaled. And I think partnering him next to Mason Greenwood is that experience with the youth. I think you will see Greenwood, I think, a lot. You'll see him next to a Ronaldo, next to a Cavani. I fear for Rashford. I do fear for Rashford a lot, because I think Greenwood's already better than Rashford. So I think it'll be Greenwood with either Cavani or Ronaldo. I've gone for Cavani in this one. I have put Ronaldo in one of them, I think. But yeah, it's one of them, really. Don't hate any nation. People mostly suck from all countries until you get to know them. This is true. US men's national team is better than the Robbo team. Brutal. Dean Henderson will concede more. Disagree. I disagree. I think Dean Henderson's more of a sweeper, and De Gea isn't, simply put. De Gea doesn't come off his line. And in these tactics, that will kill United. It'll kill Rangnick as well. For the 4-3-3, I've made the same defence, apart from I've took out Eric Bailly and brought in Victor Lindelof. I think Victor Lindelof, for his range of passing, is going to also be quite key. The rest of it is exactly the same, apart from obviously it's a midfield three with Fred sitting as a DM with two midfielders of Bruno and Donny, Sancho on the right wing. I've put Marcus Rashford on the left, ultimately, because I don't think there'll be. You can't really put. You could try Martial. I'm unsure how he'll press, but he deserves a clean slate, as does everyone. But I've put Rashford in there just to. It's more of who can play on that left side. Now I'll check DMs if you want to know what our best players would press. I wanted to actually look that up, but yeah. Yeah, not surprised. Fred with the most. I am surprised by Pogba. So let me, Kenny, I'll show that at the end, actually. So I'll show that at the end. That's a brilliant one. Well done, Kenny. We'll do the pressing in a moment. Arsenal player Gabriel fought off a robber wielding a baseball bat who tried to steal his £45,000 Mercedes from his garage. Well, that's mad. That is mad. But yeah, as I've said, same lineup. This one, I've made a lot of changes, obviously, as you would expect. I've taken out Sancho because there just simply isn't a role for Sancho in this lineup. I've gone for a back three of Varane, Lindelof, Bailly. No Maguire, but I didn't want to see his fat head on my screen. It didn't fit on the computer. Dalot and Tellez as wingbacks. Again, the same midfield three of Donny, Fred, Bruno. I think you're going to see Donny, Fred, and Bruno in that midfield a lot. You may see Pogba if it gets yes, Kenny, it does. Get added in. Pogba might if his contract gets sorted. He had a bat though. He's not going to defend him with his better hands, is he? And then obviously a front two of Mason Greenwood and Cristiano Ronaldo. The important thing here is I've put Greenwood in every single one of them. The reason for that is because I actually think Greenwood is going to be one of Ralph's most important players. I also think Ralf is going to develop him. Fuck, I'd fight off the devil with a bat. Oh, love that. But yeah, so that's that formation. They're all similar. And the last bit is, which players do I think Ralph's going to have a long-lasting impact on? And I've picked out these 6. I've picked out attacking players because I don't think a Dean Henderson is gonna do that. Donny doesn't press normally based on that. Kenny, he's not played enough for him to even be on that sheet, so back down on that. Tellez now. I don't think he'll have a lasting impact on Tellez. I think Tellez will get game time, but I don't think he'll have a lasting impact. The reason I've picked out these 6 players to have the long-lasting impact. What started your love of Greenwood now? The things he can do with a football. He's such an insane footballer. I love his work. I love his dedication of shooting. I like attacking. I think that's fair. And I think Greenwood I think he is one of the for me, the brightest young talents in world football, not just in United, not just in the league. I think in world football, Mason Greenwood is one of the best young talents that you'll see. And I just think that when you've got someone like him, he's just a generational talent, and he seems like a really nice guy as well. And that's what I like as well. But I think he'll have an impact on Bruno. I think Bruno will massively improve under Ralf. I think Sancho will again also improve. Ahmad. Now, whether Ahmad develops under Ralf or goes out on loan for a season, yet to be seen. But with Sancho, there is if Greenwood gets moved to the attacking, well, not in the attacking, to the striker role, I can definitely see there being a space for Ahmad. So it'll be very interesting to see that. But that's one eye. Keep your eyes on Ahmad. Rashford, if he is able to learn to get his head up a bit more. I don't think he's playing the striker role. I think the only way Rashford plays will be with the 4-3-3, and I think he's going to need to learn an awful lot. Donny, I think we all know why Donny's going to improve under Ralf. I think getting that game time, but more importantly, I think tactically Donny will also improve in that 8 role. And Mason Greenwood, I need to say no reason why Mason Greenwood is going to be influenced by Ralf in years to come. If Bruno massively improves, you're looking at the best player in the world, in the league. Honestly, that is true. Strip Bear says, so want the best channels to get to 1,000 followers so you can show your love in money sense. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. We'll keep working. That's the best way to get to 1,000 is by creating content that people enjoy and want to invest their time in watching. And even if we only get 50 views on it, that's still 50 people that have wanted to view the content, and that means an awful lot. But I think that is the end of the power. But Kenny is kindly sent me in something. Explain why Cristiano Ronaldo is finished. Because I truly believe Cristiano Ronaldo is done out here. I do. Valve says no Jude disrespect. Who disrespected Jude? I just don't get how Pedri won it. How did Pedri win bloody the young Ballon d'Or? Madness. A madness. But let's get Kenny's message up. was born blue. They tried transfusion, but it failed. My blue blood is mad. Amazing. So the thing I want to show you. Right. So there's the thing I want to show you. So let's get this straight up. You can't see. Cool. So there we go. That's what I wanted to show. Lindelof finished now, never presses. Oh, shut up. Centre backs don't need to press, but let's look at these. So this has come from the Athletic. The source is StatsBomb via RB Ref. Now you can't really see it too well from there. Let me see if I can make it a bit bigger for you. The answer is that's the biggest you'll get. Brilliant. So I'll read it to you. So the most pressed, the players that have pressed the most is Fred. He has pressed the most with 26.4 presses per 90. Paul Pogba is in fact second with 19.4 presses per 90. Bruno in third, Sancho in fourth, with Scott also fourth, fifth, Matic for goodness sake, Wan-Bissaka, then Mason Greenwood. So Mason Greenwood is the forward out of all of the forwards that, apart from Sancho, that presses the most. I see no Rashford. Nah, I'm just saying that. So I think that's why Greenwood's going to be quite important. Ronaldo with 5.2 presses per 90. That's a joke. A joke. Centre back shouldn't be pressing too much, but Fred will get into this team. Donny, I think, will get into his team, and Bruno will get into his team. Pogba may actually get into his team. You never know. Sancho, Greenwood, both get into his team. In terms of pressing, their pressing stats suggest that. Rashford has played more than 270 minutes, and he's not even on. Yeah, that's what I mean. Rashford is finished. He's a disgrace of a footballer. But let me stop sharing my screen to put the link in the chat. So if there's any United fans that have made it through, I know Kenny, you're here, so you can talk about your team. That's up to you. But that is the presentation over. The presentation's over. As I say, we're going to get a few United fans hopefully on. Kenny, I'm sure will pop on and have their say on basically all the information that we've gone through and sort of highlighted. So yeah, United need to get rid of 7 at least. Yes, I would 100% agree with you there, Stripper. Phil Jones, Martial, Lingard, Matic. You can keep Matic if you want, but I really don't think he plays often. Ronaldo probably being another one, but Kenny has turned up. So Kenny, what have you made of what I've gone through?
It is. First of all, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It is interesting, really interesting, because I think certain players, like I think Fred, is nailed on to start actually, and it's honestly quite shocking that I was quite shocked when I saw that Pogba was second. I wasn't really shocked that much that Fred was first because I didn't notice that he does press a lot, but Pogba is second. Like, but that just I can't compute my brain. I'm not. I don't think he'll play that much under Rangnick though, and that's not because of that. I think it's because of his attitude. I think that's what's going to stop Pogba from playing. Because of course Rangnick likes to play professionalism, respect, good attitude. Pogba, I don't think has the attitude right now. Pogba demanding 600,000 a week to any club. He has not earned that for us. £600,000 a week. Now, moving on to Ronaldo, because of course that is what a lot of people are going to want me to talk about. I think Ronaldo it's an interesting situation.
Can I just ask, what the hell are you doing right now?
What?
You keep touching your mic or something.
Oh, let me put this down. Because I'm using my iPad, I think. Let me put it down there. Right, is it
There
fine
we go.
now?
Yeah, that's better.
But yeah, moving on to Ronaldo, because I know that's what a lot of people want me to talk about. I think it's really interesting with him. Because right now, I think he'll start the first.
We've lost Kenny. I turn up his microphone. Kenny, if you're talking, I can't hear you, mate. Don't know what's happened with Kenny. United need by the contact, dead, freed, ain't that a film? Pogba needs a strong CDM so he can run like France. Yes, I would agree with that. I think Fred isn't really the DM that Pogba requires. But ultimately, I also think the money that Pogba wants is ridiculous, and I can't see Ralf ever looking at that. Kenny did it. He did it. Kenny, are you even there? I don't know what's happened with Kenny. Big up to BM. Love to see it. I'm here. Well, Kenny, are you talking? Because we can't hear you. Let me rejoin that. That might work, Kenny. That might work. Long time no see. Hope you're good. I am good. So reminds me of cartoons. Who, Kenny or Pogba? Which one reminds you of cartoons? Kenny died. Kenny did die. He's going to rejoin. Hopefully that will solve that.
Hello?
Is that is perfect. We can hear you loud and clear.
Right, so what I was talking about, Ronaldo, I think after... Ronaldo is interesting. But I think after he gets dropped, I think he's a type of player who's going to work hard. He's going to start developing his pressing abilities. Because he's just that type of player, Ronaldo is. It's how we got so good today. He's worked really hard to get that. I think he'll try and work really hard. He'll improve his pressing.
He's going to do something that he has not done in 4 years and learn to press.
No, but...
Are you taking the piss?
Under any other manager. Because in most of the teams, he is the centre of attention, really. He's the player, you have to pass to Ronaldo.
Yeah, so you're suddenly thinking that a 36-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo is going to suddenly start pressing? When he's not pressing, I'm guessing Real Madrid. Or even then he probably didn't press.
I don't think it's going to happen suddenly. I think I think he'll improve it gradually. I think he's
36 years old. He's not some young player who's going to learn gradually. He's 36 fucking years old. He's got, 2 years left in his contract before he has to retire for being too old?
No, but he's gonna start working harder because that's what the type of player is. And he's gonna start trying at least. I mean, trying to learn to press. And I think he is gonna start.
He's going to learn to press after. I don't believe that.
He's Ronaldo. He always works. Like, if he gets dropped, he'll just work much harder to get back to the starting lineup. Now,
his body might not let him press. Also, I take you back to the words that Ralf Rangnick said about Ronaldo. He's too old and too expensive when asked if he wanted him at Leipzig. What on earth makes you think he's suddenly changed his opinion on Ronaldo now?
Well, that was not when he was employing Ronaldo, first of all.
Even worse, that meant that he was giving his complete honest opinion with no PR crap.
No, but it's not though, because he's not employing Ronaldo. If he's employing Ronaldo, it's been what? How many years since that statement? It's
2. No, 4.
Yeah, 4 years. 4 years. I think that's
and Ronaldo's got 4 years older.
Yes, but he is gonna. The type of player Ronaldo is, he's gonna at least attempt to his body capability.
Kenny, you might as well stop fighting and just accept that Cristiano is gonna get dropped for Mason Greenwood or Marcus Rashford.
He's not gonna get dropped from Rashford. He's gonna get dropped probably in the first few games. Yeah, but I
He's
think
going to lose his soul and his keys to Old Trafford to Mason Greenwood.
All right, hold on. No. He's gonna lose his soul. But I think he will. I think he will. Maybe I don't think he'll play as much as he is now, but I think he will. Well, I think he will be. But I'm not disappointed.
Joshy says, yeah, my favorite team, second favorite team. Why did I say player? I'm not sure, but I knew what you meant. Still weird. Still kill weird dudes. As should put. But this channel has none. It's mostly perfect, and I know stuff. Love to see that. But moving away from the Ronaldo, because we know that he's lost the keys to Mason Greenwood.
No. Let's move on.
Midfield. How do you expect the midfield to go?
I think it's Fred. Honestly, I'm joking. Obviously, I think Van der Beek will play, and I think Fred will play, and I think that will be the pivot mainly. But I think McTominay can play. It's just whether McTominay has the ability. It's just whether McTominay has the ability to go on.
Do you think it will be McTominay or Fred? Do you think that's how it's going to go? Do you think it will be if Fred doesn't play, McTominay will play? If McTominay doesn't play, Fred will play. Do you see it being that and him being put next to a more progressive midfielder, for example, like a Donny or a Pogba or a Bruno?
Yeah, that's how I really see it. You hit the nail on the head there. That's how I really see it. I think Matic will get much reduced game time, especially since he's 32. He's
apparently one of your best pressers in midfield.
Yeah, but Fred and McTominay are both much better in pressing.
No, I know that. I'm not a fucking idiot, but Matic is hardly much behind bloody. He's not much behind McTominay. He makes 3 less presses per 90.
Yes, but the problem with Matic is that he's slow and he's aging. McTominay.
I'm aware of that, but McTominay's hardly graced with speed and athleticism, is he?
Well, yeah, he's not, but he's faster than Matic, and Rangnick, I think, he likes to play. It
depends on what role Matic would be asked to do. If Matic is asked to do that holding role, he could do that quite easily.
I think in some games he can. I just don't think personally that he'll play under Rangnick. I think he'll.
No, I don't think he will. But I'm just saying that Nemanja Matic could easily do that.
In some games he could. In
terms of the right back, is Wan-Bissaka now sweating? And Luke Shaw by the looks of it.
Mate. Luke Shaw was already sweating under Rolly from all those burgers he'd eaten. Within 5 minutes of running, I've already got the. Within 5 minutes already, what he does.
Brilliant. Fat shame, Luke Shaw. Why not?
But Wan-Bissaka, of course, I've quoted him as a terrorist. Of course.
Of course you did.
Lost his place. They both lost their place.
Moving on, for real, or drop them. Love great humans. That show relaxed, chilled, but strength. Spammers go, it's known despair. I love banter. I don't want to put it again because it's long and might be considered spam. Spamming is if... There we go. I found your comment. People are born, people live, people grow, people age, people then die. No one can escape that, not even love football players. Brutal, Joshy, brutal. What a poem. You're right, Stood Bear. But yeah, unless it becomes weird. Yeah, but I love banter unless it becomes weird. Yeah, I think that's the same with most of us. But Kenny, unless you've got anything else to add, I think I'm going to wrap it up there because I'm, going to end it. It's been over an hour.
Yeah, I think Rashford on his current form will not play that much this year. I think on his current form, and especially since that press.
Yeah. I mean, that pressing stat is an absolute abysmal joke. the fact that he doesn't even make it in over Victor Lindelof is fucking concerning. The fact that he doesn't even make it in. Do you know what? Rashford used to be so good, but I feel like he's learned from Martial, and I say no more. It's good to see Greenwood up there because I'm told he's lazy and doesn't work for the team. Well, I beg to differ. Sancho does surprise me. Sancho does surprise me. He's very good. Joshy says, I love looking at clubs' logos and uniforms. I've got a real fascination. I'll tell you my fascination before we go. My fascination is stadiums. I love looking at other club stadiums. There's a YouTube channel which goes to all stadiums all over the world. And I love watching it because I'm just fascinated by sort of the stadiums and how they're built and all of that. I keep thinking what I could do to Home Park and all of that. So I love stadiums. Stadiums is very much my go-to thing. Absolutely love it.
I've been to those. I think I can give you a pretty good tier list of all the stadiums in the Premier League based on how many times I've gone to them.
I may do a tier list of stadiums at some point. May do probably in the summer because obviously we've got no tournament this summer. So there's probably going to be a few things that I do a show on some stadiums and stuff like that. You never know. It's certainly my thing.
Potentially new stadiums in the Premier League as well with the promoted teams.
Yeah. See, that what makes you your moderator kill spam cool as you should. Please kill like. Don't time out. That's just a waste. But banter judge. But be nice with the judgment. Absolutely. My fascination is taking a 1 hour dump in the toilet. Nice. Cool. It's my only truth. I like eating 80 burgers from every fast food place in the USA in 40 seconds. Mad. I love Joshy. Yeah, but don't get here. But yeah, that's true. But I think we're going to wrap it up there. Again, thank you to everyone who has been watching this, added in the comments. It's a long one. It's full of, tactics and all of this. So I appreciate everyone who has spent their time. A big up to Strip Bear, Joshy, Velvishwan, Wolf, Ravi, Max, Lewis, everyone that's popped in and said hello. We'll be back tomorrow. We're doing the Merseyside Derby watch along before I go to work. And then on Thursday, we're doing Arsenal United versus Arsenal. And then obviously Sunday, we are back with Chelsea show and the United show. Also, Premier League predictions should be Friday at 7:30. That'll be a new time for Premier League predictions, hopefully. And yes, there's no Liverpool show this week because, yeah, hope you do better than the day before. Who, me? Or you want to, I don't know. I mean, my team lost on Saturday. I'm not a United fan. Please don't compare me to United fans. And Philly game this weekend, maybe. Yes. I apologise for missing that last weekend. I literally fell asleep on my sofa. Maybe one too many beers. Being tired, sleepy. But yes, before we do go, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as always. If you're new to the channel, was a nice comment, dude. That makes more sense. Sorry, it's just I've been streaming for so long today that I am now getting a little bit tired. But as I say, thank you for watching, guys. We'll be back, as I say, tomorrow. But until then, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Kenny, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter at KennyB210. You're going to have to request the account because it's private. Kenny TV on YouTube and things, and I've on Twitch. Also, just going to say quickly, Sidemen FC, we're coming for you. Let's Talk Premier League FC. We founded it, mate. We're coming for you, Sidemen FC. If you want to face us.
Nice. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.